Alright, this one's on sexist women's. Lovely. Alright, now a lot of this I agree with, and a bunch of it I disagree with. This one's from my friend Chelsea. It says, y'all don't want us to have birth control or abortions, but God forbid we whip a titty out to feed the baby you wanted us to push out. Well, I think it's alright to breastfeed. I really do. I also think that if your dick don't work, you don't need Viagra. There's a reason your dick don't work. Now this one I agree with to some degree and not to some degree. It says the women of America will burn this country to the ground if it tries to stuff them back into the cookie box. If you take our contraceptives, GOP, that's Grand Old Party, you and the entire nation better buckle up. We are not the weaker sex. We have been the compliant sex, and that shit ends yesterday. I disagree. Some of it I agree with. The women of America will burn this country to the ground. They already have. They had a lot of help, though. See, men, most men, are subservient. They will make decisions based on what their woman says. And that's how they put it, too. Their woman. That denotes that they believe in these women as property, which I am against. Now, as far as contraceptives go, well, there's no way to force the man to stick around. So maybe you should allow women, in order to not be stuck on welfare, in order to not be sucking the nation dry. Not that they're going to. They're not part of the military-industrial complex. There are women, some of them mothers, in the military. But most of that money goes to equipment. Yeah. We can pay all sorts of money to go blow foreign people up, but we can't make sure that American women don't end up knocked up. If she doesn't want to get pregnant, and you can pay for Viagra with your fucking insurance money, taxpayers pay that shit. Don't pretend that insurance is something that should not be a right. We pay taxes. Those taxes subsidize that insurance. Yeah. Women should be allowed fucking birth control. Now, as far as not being the weaker sex, I think both of them are weak. It don't matter if you're a man or a woman, you're in the wrong. Now, Bill Clinton, I'm pretty sure that being with the woman that he was married to, he's like a lot of men in the United States. She says something, and he lays down and becomes a bitch. All right, I'll do it your way. All right. Fine, he's my friend, but I'm gonna hate him because you want me to. We taught women in the United States to be sick and twisted and pull a bunch of fucked up bullshit. We did this by teaching them that they're the weaker sex, so they have to be twisted and manipulative to get what they want. I know a lot of women who are pro-women's liberation. Meanwhile, these women are controlling of men, while complaining how terrible men are. Lana Ingeline is one of these women. When she wasn't able to manipulate men into giving her everything that she wanted, she got lucky. Her mommy bailed her out, and then her daughter took care of her. Takes care of her. Unlike most mothers, see here it stops far short of where I would have continued. I would continue by saying that a single mother should be given an income, a full income. Amanda Ingeline gets paid $11 an hour to do what it is that most mothers have to do in addition to having a real job. Now, I'm not against being a stripper. Matter of fact, I'm not even against being a prostitute. I've known a lot of women who are prostitutes, and the only time I call them whores is when they come down on me. When they decide to be judgmental over a situation they weren't there for, I call them a whore. I'm not going to feel bad for that. However, Amanda Engeline gets paid $11 an hour to do what it is that most mothers don't get paid for. Most single mothers don't even get paid for. $11 an hour. Plus, she's got her mother's income. Plus, she's got the marijuana sale income. Plus, she's got men to help her. Of course, Amanda's not that bright, but she is intelligent enough to know that she can use her vagina to twist and manipulate stupid men into doing stupid shit for her. That's where me and Jamie had our issues. Jamie thought in order to get my help that she had to shake her titties. Nope, that doesn't work on me, Jamie. You can ask Jamie Curtis. It's pretty damn near impossible to get me to put out. I would have lost my virginity to her had I not zipped my cock up and bled all over the fucking place. That took 8 months for her to get me that far. It's because if you don't want me when you're sober, you can't have me when you're drunk. I'm pretty sure that Monica Lewinsky was one of them situations where Bill Clinton was like, fuck, man, my wife is being a bitch. She's telling me she's not going to put out if I don't pass this bill. However, this is a pretty important bill, and it really needs to be passed for the American people. But damn, I haven't had sex in like 8 months. I know a lot of women who are that way, addicted to sex. Lana Engeline, she's addicted to sex. Jerry Sparks, she's addicted to sex. Lucky for her, she's got good men in her life with long histories of criminal records that really aren't bad men. People like Michael Vernon. Michael Vernon has a record longer than my arm. But so long as I've known him, he has always taken care of Miss Jerry and her kids. Basically, he's like having a second me. Except he left their life before I did. He left their life because, well, according to Miss Jerry, it's because he got Jerryitis and wanted to get laid. And according to him, it's because her and Lana pulled the same bullshit that Lana and Sammy and Shelley pulled with the house in Chapel, Nebraska. Oh yeah, if you take that house from us so that we can move, then we'll help you to pay a portion of the bills because you're taking care of our extras. For me, it was taking care of the animals at the rescue. For Michael Vernon, it was Miss Jerry's children, Tyler and Jenny. And that trailer was condemned. Ugh, imagine that. That's the thing, Miss Jerry has always passed the buck on to men. And I've seen a lot of men do really stupid shit that was immoral for Miss Jerry. That's manipulation. Most of the women that I know They're taught to be manipulative. But they're also taught that way because they're taught that they're the weaker sex and men are all violent. Meanwhile, most of the men that I know have been assaulted by women repeatedly and never fought back. I know a few guys who literally stuffed their hands down their pants to prevent themselves from hitting women. Yeah, getting your hand stuck in your belt so that you can't yank it out. And this is something that I've literally seen men do with my own two eyes. If you can imagine that. While getting waylaid by a woman, they put their arms up and they're trying not to hit the dumb bitch. And they're thinking about it, but they're getting waylaid on. So they stuff their hands down their pants so they can't hit her on accident. Kind of like me wedging my foot in the bed there at the hospital in Longmont so I couldn't kick that officer. I also know men who have gone to jail and men who have gone to prison for getting beat up by a girl. And then y'all make fun of them. Oh, you got beat up by a girl. But if they fight back, it's, you're a woman beater. Well, fuck you. If you're going to beat on a man, you deserve to get beat like a man. If you're going to play twisted head games, that's even worse than physically abusing somebody.